my problem. I cannot sleep earlier. I have no idea what happened. Just like
so you're having a hard time.
I think so. So I will admit all. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it safe already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many people. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. So glad to have you here.
Hello. Oh my goodness, Bu Kurnia. How are you?
Do you know her?
Yeah. One of my students back in Bengkulu, South Bengkulu. Halo,
Hi.
Halo, apa kabar Bu Kurnia?
Alhamdulillah, baik Mbak, I'm fine.
Long time no see, so this is Miss Becky. Oh, we have
Hi.
And
Hi.
So probably
Nice
we'll be waiting for about like 5 minutes, if you don't mind, just to have more participants to join with us. So after that, we can start to with the materials. Okay.
All right.
So everyone, I hope it's okay for us waiting for about like 5 minutes. A little bit late, just 5 minutes late from our schedule. Okay. So I get the answer. It's actually yeah. It's all right. So that's all right.
Maybe in the meantime, do you guys want to tell me, like, especially for those I don't know, do you want to tell me, I don't know, a couple of things about yourselves while we're waiting?
Yeah, it's a good idea. No, so silent.
I just had lunch, so I won't bite, I swear.
Kurnia, you want to say something? So where do you live now, Miss Kurnia?
Udah lama Mbak nggak bahasa Inggrisan.
Tinggal di mana, Bu? Mas di Bengkulu?
Iya, di Bengkulu.
I got that.
Okay. So guys, we have 3 minutes. If you want to ask something to Miss Becky, probably just, or you want to introduce yourself. So it's it's the time, right?
By the way,
Becky?
Putri.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not allowed to share the screen. So maybe you want to.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yes, you are allowed now.
All right, wait, let me see. Okay. Yeah, now I can.
Ah, ooh.
Oh my gosh, so many people, new faces, the ones I can see, or new names as well.
Right. So
where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? So Miss Kurnia said she's from Bengkulu. What about the others?
What, Miss?
Oh, I'm asking to the others where they're from.
I'm from Bengkulu.
Yeah. yeah, I got that. But I didn't hear it from the others. So, Mr. Ruadi, I think? Nina.
yes,
Laras, you're back. Welcome back. Mr. Belsing, we know each other already. Yawil, I think. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the names right.
Yeah,
and
correct.
Yanli. And then Rizky, we know each other already.
Okay, I hope that you can put your real name here, because I will make e-certificate for all of you. Ya, kalau bisa sih pakai nama asli ya di sini. Jadi nanti saya buatin e-certificate buat kalian. Gitu. Boleh di rename ya pakai nama asli. So nanti.
Cici. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, welcome back, Miss Cici.
Wait this minute. I have to background. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Just arrived at home. I haven't changed my dress. Okay. Okay.
So Miss Putri, if we don't know some word, how to translate some words in Indonesian, Miss Cici can help us with the medical names.
Right, I know, right? That's why.
Okay.
I'm so happy that she's here. Okay, some of the other participants asked for the material. So
Yeah.
I think I will share the material after the webinar, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yes.
I will try to speak clearly. But if you don't understand something, you can ask me, or Miss Putri can translate as well.
Yeah.
So don't
me.
be afraid to ask.
Yes. Not only me, actually, Mr. Belsing and Ms. Cici also can help us.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You can tell. Okay. Oke, nanti akan ada sesi diskusi dan tanya jawab. Kalau nanti mau ada yang ditanyakan, silakan bertanya. Oke, bisa dalam bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris, even better. Oke.
So I'm just laughing because I recognized the word silakan because it's on Duolingo as well.
So, Miss Becky, now already 7 minutes past 7.
So
Okay.
shall we start?
Yeah, I think now it's time for us to start the session.
Okay. So I hope you won't be afraid to participate. You know, I really hope to hear from you as well. All right. So today we are going to talk about some strategies and some mechanisms on how to create long-term habits. Miss Putri, what should I do? Should I stop at every sentence or so, or only if they don't understand?
I think they already understand about the title, isn't it? I mean,
okay.
Yeah,
Yes. So,
everyone already knows about the title already.
So if you don't understand, you can raise your hand. There is an option here on Zoom. You can click on the reactions and put the hand up. So we will see that we need to make it clearer or translate it to Indonesian. All right. So before explaining a few things, I want to show you something. What do you think this is? Also, Miss Cici, if you know, don't say it. So, any guess? Just use your imagination. It doesn't matter if it's correct.
Anyone can guess this? What is this? If you see the picture, so you can imagine something and you can say to us what is this, even in bahasa. Kalau ada yang tahu gambar ini melambangkan apa, ada yang tahu nggak kira-kira?
Maybe brain.
Brain.
Interesting. Okay.
I think there is a connection
Mhm. Of what?
Connection of what?
about one thing to one oh, how I can describe it.
It's okay.
Hold on. It's all right.
Just use your own words. It's okay.
I think the connection from one person to another person, like that.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Any other guess?
Any other guess?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Mia? Are you-
Yes, Miss. I think is saraf in bahasa Indonesia.
Saraf, the nerve.
Yeah, okay, right. So we got very, very good answers here. You guys are so smart. So yeah, actually, it's a little bit of all of those in a way, we could say. So basically, these in English, they're called synapses. So basically, in your brain, you have all these, let's say, cells that are called neurons, and they communicate to each other with some sort of electrical impulses, right? So they send some kind of impulses to each other through these, let's say, some sort of arms, okay? And then they communicate in this part, which is called, like this gap is called the synapse, and it's where the communication in the brain between one cell and the other happens. So maybe Miss Putri, you want to translate this? I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit, I don't know.
Oke, jadi mungkin ini sedikit secara saintifik dijelaskan gitu ya, karena ada kaitannya banget sama habit nanti untuk kedepannya kayak. Nah, jadi ini adalah a junction, kayak apa namanya, kayak jembatan atau kayak saling berhubungan antara satu saraf ke saraf lainnya gitu ya. Nanti apa namanya, antara satu nanti akan membentuk satu neurotransmitter gitu ya. Nah, sebenarnya akan lebih bagus sebenarnya kalau Miss Cici nih yang jelasin. Miss Cici, are you there, Miss Cici? Miss Cici, because I think because you are a doctor, I think it's better for you to explain about this.
Sorry,
right?
sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, wait. Oh ya, jadi Indonesia ya. Ya,
Yes.
jadi kalau kita, jadi kan di otak itu kita ada saraf, selalu ada sinap. Sinap itu adalah suatu jaringan yang di otak yang untuk menyampaikan rangsangan impuls ke otak kita sehingga kita dapat mencerna informasi ya yang datang dari luar gitu. Jadi nanti satu zat itu namanya neurotransmitter, itu satu zat kimia yang ada di otak kita. Nanti zat inilah akan mengirimkan informasi neurotransmitter itu melalui sinap ini. Sinap itu sambungan dari sel saraf. Nanti ada lagi bagian, nanti ada dendrit lagi. Jadi ini intinya untuk menyampaikan suatu informasi ke otak kita.
See?
Jaringan saraf.
Okay, Miss Becky, it's very clear and it's very simple actually because the doctor said so, right? Thank you very much, Miss Cici.
Our official translator. Thank you so much. All right. So, so this is what happens between one neuron and the other, right? But of course, we have many in the brain, right? We have many neurons in the brain. So what happens is that they're all interconnected with each other with different, let's say, paths in a way, with something that looks a little bit like like these. You can see them like that. They are, many different ones connected, right? And when they connect, usually, how to put this in a simple way? Usually, there is a certain route, kind of like when you drive on a street. Okay, so there is a route that connects a series of neurons in order to get to a certain result. That can be a series of connections that brings to a simple reflex, like, I don't know, putting your hands like this when someone throws something at you, or it can be something a little bit more complex, like, for example, the regulation of the mood, or stuff like that. So it can be different things. But basically, it's called a neural pathway, but it's nothing more than just what we saw earlier, and that Miss Chichi explained very well. I'm assuming, because I didn't understand, but anyway. And it's like that, but like with a bigger connection with more than one or two, a series of.
Yes, she mentioned about dendrit things.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so ya, jadi intinya adalah sama seperti yang dijelaskan sama Miss Cici, very clear ya. Ini juga sama aja sebenarnya. Jadi dia ada apa namanya ada gerak refleks setelah ada pembelajaran yang diambil oleh otak inputnya. Kurang lebih gitu ya Miss Cici ya. Sebenarnya Miss Cici ya. Jadi kayak ada panas, ada sentuhan panas, kita belajar untuk menghindar, kurang lebih kayak gitu ya Miss Cici, betul ya?
Jadi jalur saraf otak kita sudah ada terbentuk, misalnya untuk merasakan dingin, merasakan cinta, benci, merasakan itu sudah ada komposisinya jalur sarafnya di otak. Misalnya jika ada satu rangsangan terhambat, misalnya ada gangguan karena penyakit sesuatu, tumor, misalnya menekan saraf yang ada di kepala kita, jadi nanti sensasi itu bisa hilang. Sehingga kita yang saraf itu yang melewati memori sehingga kita tidak bisa mengingat lagi, beda lagi. Jadi itu jalur pathway itu udah ada di otak kita.
Oke, baik. Nah, jadi kenapa Miss Becky menjelaskan hal ini? Karena ini ada kaitannya dengan perilaku atau habit yang akan dilakukan untuk nantinya, gitu ya. So Miss Becky, I think Miss Cici already very clear enough to explain to all of the participants.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I also heard that she talks about memory as well. So yeah, she probably covered a lot here.
Everything, right?
Yeah. Okay. So why did I talk about this? Not to introduce something
complex,
a bit heavy. Yeah. But because just so that maybe step by step we can understand together how the brain works in this context. Okay, so in this pathway that we have, well, we have more than one. In these pathways that we have in the brain, basically, you know how we said that different neurons communicate with different impulses, right? So these impulses get transmitted much faster when that pathway, that neural pathway, is used, a lot. So basically, when you use it many times over time through habit, especially, then it gets easier to use it over time because it's a path you're using a lot. So the more you use it, and the faster it will be, basically, the faster the communication will be.
Oke, jadi so untuk kecepatan dari transmission itu sendiri ya gitu ya, semakin biasa atau menjadi satu kebiasaan, maka penerimaan sarafnya akan menjadi cepat. Itu sebabnya kenapa ketika kita melakukan sesuatu dan itu sudah terbiasa, maka kegiatan tersebut menjadi cenderung lebih cepat dari pertama kali gitu ya. Kurang lebih singkatnya seperti itu. Yes, Miss Becky, can continue.
Okay. So to give you an example, more practical example to understand this, okay? So imagine that you are in a desert, okay, and you have to find the way, I don't know, home, or the way to, I don't know, some water or whatever, okay? So if you have to find your way here in the sand with no clue around you, of course, it's a little bit hard because you don't really know where to go, okay? This is an oversimplification, but just so that you understand. Oops, sorry. Whereas, okay, the only picture I found was this, but I actually wanted a deeper path. But anyway, imagine that there is some kind of path on which, I don't know, a car has gone, or maybe someone has walked through, okay? So what happens? First of all, if you have a path like the one in this picture, okay, you know already where to go. But what happens? That maybe there is a little bit of wind, or, you know, like there is a rain or something, and these tracks can get cancelled very quickly, right? But if many cars or many people pass on the same path over time, you know, the path gets quite deeper. So, you know, even with wind or sandstorms or whatever, it's much harder to cancel. So I would like you to imagine this the same way you would with the brain. So if you walk on the same path and you train on, you know, digging that path over time, then it will be much easier to find that route, that way over time as well, in spite of, you know, different obstacles like, you know, sand or wind, etc. That's the same in life, right?
Okay, so ini ada contoh gitu ya dari penjelasan yang dikasih Miss Becky ya. Jadi ini ada dua gurun. Gurun yang pertama itu adalah gurun yang nggak ada bekas jejaknya gitu ya, sedangkan gurun yang kedua yang ada bekas jejaknya. Otomatis kalau kita mau melakukan satu perjalanan, maka yang terbaik adalah kita bisa melihat jejak tersebut gitu ya. Nah, coba sekarang bayangkan ketika kalian itu otak kalian, pikiran kalian gitu ya, ketika kita melakukan sesuatu yang sifatnya adalah terus-menerus dilakukan gitu ya sebagai kebiasaan, maka itu akan menjadi lebih mudah atau lebih cepat untuk kamu lakukan gitu kan ya. Contohnya adalah ketika kamu terbiasa setiap pagi mau masuk mobil, setiap kali masuk mobil terbiasa untuk pakai seatbelt, maka kebiasaan tersebut secara otomatis akan dilakukan dan akan menjadi lebih cepat dibandingkan tidak dilakukan suatu bentuk kebiasaan. Nah, jadi kerja otak kita itu kalau Miss Becky bilang tadi ini di skenario yang kedua, ibarat kata kayak ini mobil terus-terusan lewatin langkah atau arah sana, maka yang kita punya juga terus-terusan gitu ya untuk melakukan satu kebiasaan itu, dan itu menjadi lebih cepat untuk kita lakukan gitu, kurang lebih. Ya, Miss Becky.
All right. Another example that you probably do every day is, for instance, I don't know, driving a car, driving a motorcycle, driving a bicycle. When you started at the beginning, you had to focus a lot on, you know, remembering what to do, etc. But after a while, it becomes automatic, right? So I think that's something that Ms. Putri said as well about getting something a bit automatic as well, right?
Yeah, right. Sama seperti yang saya bicarain, baik kita mau melakukan perjalanan dengan motor, dengan mobil, semuanya kalau dilakukan pertama kali pasti kan kita akan berpikir dulu setelah ini apalagi, tapi ketika itu sudah dilakukan berkali-kali, maka secara otomatis itu bisa dilakukan atau mudah dilakukan, layaknya kebiasaan yang akan dilakukan kayak gitu ya. Okay, next, Miss Becky.
All right. So you might ask yourself, how do we actually create it, right? Because yeah, it might make sense. You might have understood how it works, but how do you actually change something, something like a habit with actual practical actions, right? So I will try to give you some tips based on, let's say, a few different steps. The first one is connected to this book, which is very famous. You might have heard about it. Actually, I have a digital copy, so if you need it, I can send it to you. You can ask Miss Putri and I can send it to you if you're interested. Otherwise, I'll try to tell you the main points about it. Of course, I have it in English, so yeah, that's the catch. But I'm I would be very happy to send it to you if you wanted.
Okay.
All right, so it's a very famous book, and it's called Atomic Habits, and I will tell you the main points in a second.
Oke, so Miss Becky bilang bahwa beliau saat ini akan memberikan penjelasan bagaimana caranya untuk membuat satu langkah dalam pembuatan kebiasaan gitu ya. Nah, berdasarkan daripada buku ini, nanti buku ini bisa saya share juga di dalam grup gitu ya. Yeah, of course, Miss Cici. This is why I will tell you right now, okay? So Miss Becky will send me the book, okay, the copy of the book ya. Nanti akan saya share di grup chat yang ada untuk webinar ini, okay? So this is also with the PowerPoint as well, okay?
Yeah. I will send it to you, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Thank you.
So I will try to summarize the main points first by showing you 3 graphs, and then by giving you an infographics that summarizes everything. All right. So graph number 1, right? So in this book, there is this interesting concept, of what we think. Okay, imagine that, this line shows the results and this line shows time, okay, time that passes by. So maybe a person might think that when they want to do something, okay, anything like learn something, I don't know, maybe they think that it should be like this, okay? So it should be a constant increase of results, right? But maybe in reality, it could be that it looks more like this, okay, like this line, right? So what it means is that these are your expectations, and this is what actually happens. And here you might feel disappointed because like the results are a bit slower maybe at the beginning, okay? So yeah, they call this the valley of disappointment because your expectations are maybe different from reality at the beginning. But this only means that probably it's just slower at the beginning, but then, there will be a big increase over time. So why is that? It's because you are trying, like here, you are trying to create that path, okay? So at the beginning is always a little bit hard to do because you don't exactly, you're not used to that. So it will get better over time, basically because by training, okay? It's like when you go to the gym and you try to get muscles, right? By training, you can train your brain as well. The brain is very, very plastic. So you can train your brain the same way you train your body when you go to the gym, okay? Or when you go running. And at the beginning, it's a little bit harder because you're getting out of your comfort zone. But over time, you will see the results, getting much better if you put the effort in. Of course, what happens is that sometimes a person quits at the beginning because there is a little bit of disappointment with the expectations. So I'll stop for the translation.
Okay, so I will sum up, okay, about this translation, okay, about my translation. Jadi ini bayangkan nih ada hasilnya, ada waktunya. Kadang kalau kita berpikir untuk melakukan sesuatu, pastikan straight to the point pada hasilnya aja. Padahal nggak demikian gitu ya. Pada kayak kita kadang ngerasa wah udah nggak sanggup nih, udah nggak kuat nih, aduh susah nih dan lain-lain. Padahal dari yang diinfokan sama Miss Becky bahwa otak kita itu fleksibel dengan badan kita. Kayak kita lagi nge-gym, badan kita bisa kita buat otot-ototnya, layaknya juga kita bisa latih memori kita pada otak kita kayak gitu. Jadi memang di awal karena kita melihat bakal keluar dari comfort zone, itu kan yang paling susah duluan gitu ya. Nah, ketika itu udah keluar dari comfort zone, kemudian kita melatih hal tersebut, maka itu akan menjadi lebih baik dan lebih mudah gitu. Jadi startup pertama memang pasti itu hal yang tersulit, akan ada yang namanya disappointment, bakal ada yang namanya kayak probably give up gitu ya, Miss Becky. So sometimes in the first time we want to change our habit, it's gonna be really hard, right? So yeah, that's why pertama kali itu adalah yang paling susah, tapi yang kedua kali itu akan menjadi lebih mudah. So first time it's always the hardest, but the second time it's always the easier, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So then the second graph I want to show you is this, and this is the main point of this book as well. You know, the name Atomic Habits. What does it mean, right? So atomic is from, I don't know if you studied it in science, maybe in school, but it's a very, very small thing, right? So the point of this book is that change and habits don't happen by doing something big immediately. It happens by doing very small things, one after the other. Okay, small things, bite size. There is a very, very nice image. I might share it with you. I didn't put it in the slides, but it shows two people trying to go up a ladder, right? Maybe I can find it, but I don't want to waste your time. So there is one person that is trying to go up the ladder, and the let's say the I forget the name now of the things in the ladder, but the steps, okay, the steps are very, very far apart one from the other, so they can't reach it, right? In the second part of the picture, there is this person trying to go up a ladder, and the steps are much closer to each other. So of course the steps are shorter, but then you actually manage to reach them and you manage to get to the top. That's because if the objectives sometimes are too big, what happens is that starting gets much harder, right? Because it's just too big to get there. That's why by doing very, very small things, it's actually much more effective. And they show this in this graph by showing that if every single day, right? Every single day, you get better by only 1%. 1% is not much, right? It's just a little bit every day. But if you improve, if you do something more by 1% every day, this is what happens, right? This is 1% more every day. And you actually get here. If you see, if you do this 1%, they did a small calculation, right? So you get to this point just by doing 1% more every day. But by doing 1% less every day, you obviously get worse. So what's the main point of this graph? The main point of this graph is that if you try, and that's what I try to tell myself as well, if you try to do just a little bit better today than the day before, it's mathematically proved, that there will be improvement, because even 1% more today means that you're increasing your results in life, what you want to get, right?
Okay, so 1% it's very meaningful. That's what you mean, right? And also need consistency, right? So ya, jadi dalam grafik ini ya yang mau disampaikan adalah walaupun cuma 1%, tapi itu dilakukan setiap hari secara konsisten, maka itu akan membuahkan hasil dibandingkan tidak melakukan kegiatan apapun seperti itu. Kayak di situ kan ada 1% better gitu ya, atau 1% worse. Kalau worse itu ya artinya kamu tidak melakukan hal tersebut gitu ya, diabaikan seperti itu. Secara waktu habis dan nggak ada hasilnya gitu.
Okay, so the last graph is this. So they call this the Goldilocks rule. I don't know if you ever heard that story about Goldilocks, the one with blonde hair that goes to the house of the 3 bears, and and the bears are not there, and she tries to eat their food. Oh, okay, sorry. How do I delete? How do I delete it? Sorry, Miss Putri told me that maybe it's yeah, I can't delete.
That's all right. So please continue. I will manage this.
Okay. All right. So it's the story about this girl who goes to the house of 3 bears: Mama Bear, Daddy Bear, and the child. And she tries to eat their food, and the food from Papa Bear is too big and too hot, and the one from I don't know, the other one is too small and too cold, and then the one in the middle is just right, and it's all like that. Basically, the whole story is like that. So that's where the name comes from, the Goldilocks rule. So what it means is that you need to keep the difficulty and the inputs at a level that is not too boring, but is not too difficult that it will disappoint you. So by staying in the middle, you can find enough stimuli for you not to get bored, and to get enough dopamine as well, I guess, get rewards, and kind of trick your brain into being motivated and being stimulated, but also, not give too many inputs that it becomes too hard and too stressful. Okay, so by staying here, by finding the right balance, you can actually train yourself to be stimulated, but also not too stimulated. So be the right amount of stimulated.
Oke, jadi untuk grafik yang ini ya, jadi Miss Becky menjelaskan terkait dengan motivasi dan betapa sulitnya gitu ya, tingkat kesulitannya seperti apa. Nah, jadi di sini kalian harus dapetin yang namanya turning point atau kayak kuncinya gitu ya. Karena ketika kalian dapat kuncinya, maka kegiatan daripada motivasi ini akan menjadi tinggi gitu ya. Nah, tapi kalian harus tahu ini adalah grafik yang naik turun gitu ya. Ada kalanya kalian bosen, ada kalanya ada kegagalan, tapi ada juga yang namanya kesuksesan gitu ya di sini. gitu. Nah, jadi dalam buku yang akan kalian dapatkan nanti itu adalah referensi yang akan kalian bisa baca secara seutuhnya. Ini hanya sedikit menjelaskan saja setiap grafiknya. Ini this is the second graphic, right? The second graph, right? Oh, the third one. I'm sorry, the third one. Nah, ini yang ketiga. Jadi terkait dengan motivasi, kalian akan dapatin yang namanya bosen, kegagalan itu udah pasti, dan tingkat kegagalan segala macam difficulties ini harus kalian lewatin. Makanya kalian akan dapetin yang ini, Goldilocks zone. Oke? Ya, ini pasti ada. Jadi setiap kegiatan itu pasti ada. So yang harus kita dapatkan. So what we need it's actually the resiliency, right? One of the point. Ya, resiliency. Kayak ketangguhan ya. Kalau udah lewatin di sini ya, failure kita di sini naik lagi pasti gitu. Kalau udah pernah aja rasain bosen tapi udah dapet nih turning point-nya, kalian jatuh nanti akan dapat lagi nih Goldilocks-nya. Maka kalian harus tangguh dulu ya, tabah gitu ya, jalanin aja dulu gitu. Yeah, right, Miss Becky. So we can continue to another slide then.
Okay.
Oh.
So basically, the crash summary of of this book is summarized by these points. So number 1, small improvements that add up over time. It's the 1% rule I showed you earlier. Then we have number 2, focus on who you want to become and not what you want to achieve. This is a little bit of a longer story, but I'll give you an example at the end of this webinar. I have a small exercise for you to try. Number 3, this is a very, very good trick. Okay, so pair a new habit with a specific time and location. So that means that maybe there is, for example, something you do every day, right? For example, dinner or something. For example, I do my Indonesian exercises every time after dinner because it's always at the same time, right? It's always at the same time. So if you attach one habit to another one that you have already, or if you give yourself a specific time to do it, it actually gets easier because you're creating an environment that is easier for you to actually keep doing it. Number 4 is to track your habits. To do this, there are actually very useful apps as well, or strategies, and I shared a few on the Discord server. I don't know if the ones who are already there saw it, but I actually shared a few ones, and I might actually show you better in a second. Then number 5 is to create a sort of contract to keep you accountable. What does it mean? It means that by sharing your goals and your intentions with other people, you actually kind of create more accountability, and it gets easier to actually keep doing it. I will show you then how we do it, for example, with the new format. But an example is, I don't know if you guys do exercise. I don't, because I'm very bad at it. But for example, if you go to the gym, or if you go running, or if you do exercise, if you have another person that goes with you, and you tell each other, oh, come on, we should go. We told each other that we should go 3 times a week. We have to go now, right? Having someone who you tell makes it much, much easier to keep doing it, because you create accountability. And then the last one is to make it easy to change your habits. So what it means is that you should put in place different strategies that might work for you to make it the easiest possible. For example, if you know that something particularly distracts you, then maybe you should find a way to stop yourself from getting tempted. For example, maybe you go a lot on social media, I don't know, like the example they put here. A solution could be to use, for example, some apps that block social media while you're working, for example, stuff like that. So these are, in a nutshell, the main suggestions they give in the book. But of course, I will share with Miss Putri, and she can share with you. If you want to translate the main points, I'll just wait.
It's a lot, actually. Yes. You keep explaining. But I will sum up very, very fast. Okay. So Miss Becky will share also the application, so you can use the application for your track habits, because it's really can help you to know about your progress on your habit. Okay, right, Miss Becky? So I think start from that application so you can make your day more productive. I hope that you can do that as well. Okay, so apa namanya, kalau dari sini itu sedikit menjelaskan tentang dari Atomic Habits bukunya James Clear ini. Jadi yang pertama, small improvement ya, peningkatan yang sangat kecil banget itu akan sangat berarti untuk setiap kali ada perubahan gitu ya. Jadi jangan abaikan 1% aja itu sangat berarti, gitu kan ya. Dari apa sih lu? Yang kedua adalah fokus terhadap apa yang kalian mau capai, ya, apa yang kalian mau dan yang mau kalian capai gitu ya. Kemudian pair tuh pasangkan ya, cocokin gitu ya new habit kalian ke specific time sama location. Misalnya kamu mau membuat habit membaca, ya kamu atur aja ketika kamu ada di mana, di lokasi apa, di jam berapa, atau kalian sekalian probably ke cafe gitu kan, sambil bawa buku, sambil baca, takes 60 menit gitu ya, spend 60 menit buat baca dan lain-lain gitu kan. Nah ini yang track your habits ya, jangan khawatir, Miss Becky akan kasih aplikasinya. Kemudian nah ini yang paling susah nih gitu ya, kita membuat satu kesepakatan terkait dengan habit kita nih, kira-kira bisa nggak kita akan lakukan gitu ya. Oke, kurang lebih sih itu ya isi daripada bukunya, cuman pasti bukunya akan menarik banget kalau kalian baca. But once again, okay, the book it's written in English, right, Miss Becky, right? Okay, so I think it's also very good for you to add more vocabularies when you read that, and I hope that the book it's very easy to read, right? I mean, not having complex words or something like that. Yeah, it must be complex words, but I think we can still manage it and translate from Google, I hope. Right,
yeah. I guess, yeah. I don't think there are too many difficult words, but that's my impression, so I don't know. It depends, of course, on the level of English as well, and many things. But it's done. It's written in a way that is that tries to be very accessible by most people. Of course, it's written in regular English. It's not a graded book with simplified English. So, there might be some parts that are a little bit more difficult, of course.
Or maybe you can find from online shop that you can find this book written in Bahasa, but I have no idea because I never tried to find it. Okay,
but I don't have it, so yeah. yeah.
We can try to find if you want. Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
To get more understanding about the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is the main points from the book. And now, before doing a short exercise for you to try and apply one of these points, I would like to show you in practical terms what we are trying to do at TML PPKBI to kind of take some of those points, but also some other ones, because of course those are not the only strategies that exist to create a habit, but they are very valid ones in my opinion. Anyway, so
Okay,
the
so
number one.
Miss Becky, I'm sorry, just want to let
Yeah.
them know, okay, because not all of them it's part of our students from previous
Of
one.
course.
So TML PPKBI, it's actually an English course. So if you want to join us, so Miss Becky, we're gonna be your teacher in this course, okay? So yeah, only that. I think every 70% of these participants already know, but 30% just new, okay? Okay, so please continue, okay? I'm sorry to disturb you.
All right. No, that's a very good point. All right. So I will try to show you most points, okay? But I'll start with number one, which is community as a positive influence, by summarizing the main aspect in, you know, a few short sentences. So basically, we are trying to improve the sense of community inside of PPKBI as well. Because actually, well, first of all, because it's fun to have friends, but but also because actually there are many studies that show how you know, we all influence each other. I mean, you probably noticed this in your life, right? How your friends influence your interest to learn at school, or, you know, just doing new things together, or, you know, sharing things together. There are many studies that show how that actually improves so much your learning. And that's why, that's one of the reasons why it's been so difficult with COVID, because, you know, these connections were a little bit harder to recreate. And now I will try to show you in practical terms some strategies, right? So we have just started the Discord group, which is getting, I don't know, is having a slow start, but the objective is also to be more of a community while learning. I will give you an example, right? So this is our Discord group. And for example, I don't think people have used it, but there is the possibility. If you go, you can actually play games with the others in English. You can, I don't know, have a karaoke session, I don't know, study together, chat together, you know, all these things. And you can do this in the group itself. So I don't think our students are, some are already on this group, but of course it's an option that we haven't used much yet because we're still at the beginning, but there is this possibility. And that's the number one strategy here, to try and have a community so that we can influence each other while learning, and it can actually be more effective for everyone. Should I stop at every point, or should I say it all together and then give you time at the end?
Okay, jadi ini okay, so I'm sorry, I'm speaking in bahasa. So I'm a little bit like explaining about our strategies first in bahasa, probably just to make sure that they will understand. Oke, jadi tujuan daripada TML PPKB ini sebagai kursus bahasa Inggris adalah untuk membuat satu komunitas yang sifatnya sangat positif gitu ya, dan membuat itu menjadi satu kebiasaan dalam berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris. Itu sebabnya tadi Miss Becky memberikan satu link Discord untuk kami yang tergabung dalam TML PPKBI untuk bisa terus berkomunikasi dalam bahasa Inggris dan bisa diaplikasikan ke dalam kehidupan sehari-hari. Sebagai contohnya sudah dilakukan setidaknya oleh beberapa students kita gitu ya. Miss Cici juga sudah lakukan gitu ya, dan ini juga sangat berguna buat mereka yang ingin probably mau studi abroad atau atau dia mau belajar luar negeri dan lain-lain. Jadi membuka satu kesempatan untuk kita bisa berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris yang nggak malu lagi di hadapan orang lain kayak gitu. Ya, only that, respect.
All right. Okay. So number 2 is an accountability hub. So remember here, here when we here when we said that having accountability helps keeping a habit. We also haven't used much of this, and I will only give you a glimpse right now, but if you want me to, I can explain it in more details. But still there on the group, we haven't used it yet, but we have a space for accountability and a space in which you can actually set your goals. Like, for example, today I want to do at least, I don't know, 10 minutes of English. I want to watch at least 10 minutes of, I don't know, videos in English, or, you know, whatever. Or I want to chat with one of the other participants for, I don't know, 15 minutes, whatever. So you can actually share your goals, both from the same day, but also for the future. And for example, I often do this with groups of friends by creating some lists of things I want to do that day. And I write it down and I share it with friends, because when I share it, I feel more compelled to do it, because I feel they're watching me and I have to finish it. So it's a very good strategy to kind of trick your brain into being more consistent with certain habits you want to create, because by sharing it with others, it's a proven strategy that helps with keeping a habit in the long term.
Okay, so it's very long explanation actually that I have to translate. Again to sum up, okay. Jadi kita harus bertanggung jawab terhadap apa yang kita mau latih gitu ya. Sebagai contohnya tadi di dalam Discord tadi ada untuk latihan setidaknya dari 10 menit setiap harinya, dan dari latihan tersebut ya kita akan lakukan gitu. Itu sebabnya keuntungan daripada bergabungan PPKBI salah satunya itu adalah itu. Gitu ya. Nah, I think that's it, Miss Becky. You can go to the small habits.
There's someone at the door. I don't know. All right. So, ma c'è qualcuno? Ah, ma ciao!
Okay, ya sedikit kita bicara.
Little child, sorry. She's my cousin.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. All right. So yes. So this the accountability, the daily accountability, kind of goes hand in hand with setting goals and and future. Oh my gosh, they're distracting me so much. Sì, però io non riesco a concentrarmi così. Dopo vengo a giocare, Gloria.
Okay, extra language, so we can learn extra language.
Oh,
okay,
God.
so we get extra language from you, right? Italian.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Italian.
They never leave me alone when I'm doing these things. Anyway. All right. Yeah, that was Italian. Anyway, so yeah, having goals and you know, a vision of the future, which is something we're gonna do one exercise for later, goes hand in hand with accountability. All right.
Right.
And
Related,
then
yeah.
oh yeah, okay, so another thing, you know how we said that creating small habits helps, right? So I don't know, an example of a practical option to do that, I tried to put it in the weekly challenges. So I'm trying to give small exercises, for example, via Duolingo. You know Duolingo, probably you know Duolingo, but there is a classroom
Application,
option. Yeah, there is an option to do it in a class. So I noticed that my students haven't used it already yet. So we, I'm actually reminding this to them as well, because that's actually a way in which you can make very small steps. Why? Because I try to select the exercises. In this case, okay, in this case, it's for learning English, of course. Maybe you have other goals in life, I don't know, but this is a practical example, okay? You can also use this in other aspects of your life as well. So, so yeah, actually, by using these exercises, you can do very small steps, because I select the ones that are relevant for what we're doing, and the way they put it down on Duolingo, I tried it myself for Indonesian, so I know it's helpful. Is actually to get you there with many practical examples and many practical sentences, so that you make very small steps. They're not too boring. You can, like, for example, I do 5 minutes every day. It's not much, it's just 5 minutes. But, you know, 5 minutes every day means that, you know, after a while, it's you know, many hours. Yeah. So that's another practical example.
Iya, di small habit ini 5 menit aja akan berarti banget buat kalian yang mau belajar nambahin vocabulary kah, atau berlatih membuat kalimat kah gitu ya, baik di ragam aplikasi. Kalau yang disampaikan sama Miss Becky adalah di aplikasi Duolingo katanya. Nah, itu bisa ngebantu banget untuk kamu bertambah vocabulary gitu. Jadi dari sesuatu yang sifatnya small habits gitu ya strateginya. Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, Miss Laras, you know, when you so Miss Laras, who is here today, actually some time ago she suggested a very cool thing of talking about one topic, a small topic for like 1 minute every day. So actually, Miss Laras, we took that advice very seriously, because so you can actually do it here. You can, in the lounge, there is an option to even use the bot, and you can actually do that exercise of having one small topic for 1 minute every day. So just so you know, we took that into consideration as well. All right, and then the very last things that I want to mention is that to make all this more effective, we are trying to use small rewards. Okay, so for example, if people participate a lot, every 1 or 2 months, we see the people who participated the most, both on Discord, but also during the lessons. And we actually have some rewards for them to do exactly the things that they mention in the book as well, by the way. to, if you have small term rewards, it actually helps your brain consolidating certain habits. So that's a strategy we use. We also try to give you some support in the program. For example, we give, we're now adding some strategies for confidence building, for learning strategies, or things like that, to actually increase all these a little bit like today's webinar, but also on a more regular basis. And the last one is to actually have real life projects. We're still trying to get it started, but that's kind of why Miss Mega we wanted to do the podcast, because having a real life project like a podcast, or communicating to people outside in the real world, and using the skills like English in this case for something concrete, is a very good way to motivate yourself, because you see the real life implications of what you're doing. You see the results more like closer. So like, rather than having kind of long-term gains, you see something more concrete immediately. So these are some examples of strategies that we use at TML PPKBI, and we would like to improve using with our students as well. I mentioned a few strategies that we haven't yet consolidated, so so maybe this is the chance to use them more. But these are some examples of some strategies that we use connected to what we said earlier on how to practically improve long-term habits and long-term participation in your goals, basically.
Okay, so it's very long. It's very long. Okay. Jadi intinya adalah ini adalah strategi yang kita gunakan ya ketika kami ingin membuat kalian itu mampu untuk berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris tidak malu-malu lagi, tidak ragu-ragu lagi, gitu ya. Karena kita juga taruh perbedaannya very big different with another probably another places for English courses is actually the coaching support, right? Jadi bedanya adalah kita ada kayak coaching supportnya gitu. Kalau kalian misalnya agak susah, nanti kita bisa kasih beberapa saran dan lain-lain. Utamanya itu sebabnya kenapa ada Discord. Discord will help us for everything, for practicing during your I don't know about their homework, from school, but actually it will help you for another things, kayak kalian mau pergi kemana, probably traveling, it's gonna be very help you, when you learn with us, right, Miss Becky? Because karena kita tuh mengajarkan lebih banyak ke percakapannya, about the conversation. We learn much about conversation, right, Miss Becky?
Yeah, and actually, I know that even the students we have already, they probably haven't read the whole thing. I know that because it's very long. But actually, I can guarantee you that there is a lot of useful stuff. When we mentioned the apps you can use, for example, somewhere here, wait, here, I put many examples of apps you can use to actually keep each other accountable, and you can use it here as well. And I know you guys haven't tried it yet, but seriously, if we manage to keep this going, I'm sure it will be useful, because I use those myself. For example, I use Forest usually, but also the others sometimes. So they're really useful, because I can tell you that I know many people that use them and they're very effective. And here there is everything explained. But if you need if you don't understand something, you can obviously ask me and I will give you more information, of course. But even the students we have already, you should actually read it because there is some tips on things you can use to improve learning as well. All right.
Okay, so just trust me, if she will help you not only 100% of her best, but 101%, 110%, more than 100%. Okay? Jadi bakal ngebantu banget Miss Becky itu, banyak, so many references, so many, like so many things. So yeah, join us. Right, Miss Becky?
Right.
Okay.
Because yeah, no, actually it's not just useful for English. I think there are some things that are also useful to manage your, I don't know, life in general. We're trying to not only teach English as a language, but also strategies such as the one we talked about today. That's the hope anyway, but to kind of and give other competencies as well. That's the idea anyway.
Yeah.
So before we move to the question and answers, I would like you to do a small
Activity, yeah.
exercise. It's a bit long, but it kind of let's say connects to one of the points from before regarding dreaming about who you want to be in the future in order to create habits that take you there. All right. So in order to do this, I would like you right now, maybe I will give you a few minutes to think about it as well. And then if you would like, you can share as well. A few of you can share. Even in Bahasa, if you don't know how to say it in English, that's okay. So what I would like you to do is imagine yourself 1 year from now. And I would like you to actually think about that situation, okay? Describe your dream life as if it had already happened, okay? So for example, imagine where you're writing from, where you've been for the past year, what have you done, what have you achieved. Here there is a typo. I meant to spell spend, but anyway, how do you spend your time, how do you feel, etc. So I would like you to visualize, okay, yourself in 1 year and describe, that moment with everything that happened in rich details. And maybe you need a few minutes. Maybe we can, I don't know. What do you think, Miss Putri? Maybe we can give them a few minutes to think about it.
Sure, sure.
And then I would absolutely love it if you wanted to share it with us.
Yeah.
And I will actually tell you how to use that as well to create habits in that direction, okay? In the direction you towards what you actually dreamt about.
Okay, so this is a mandatory things. I mean, they have to make it, or they just someone who wants to make it. Is this a must?
Would be nice. Yeah, it would be nice. Even just, it doesn't need to be a poem like super long, but just, even just a little bit. I think it could be a useful exercise. Yeah.
Okay. So ini buat latihan gitu dari apa yang kita sudah bahas gitu ya. Nah, jadi coba bayangkan dalam 1 tahun ke depan apa yang mau kalian capai, apa yang sudah kalian lakukan, apa yang waktunya dihabiskan untuk apa. Coba bayangkan dalam 1 tahun gitu ya. Boleh dalam bahasa Indonesia, boleh juga dalam bahasa Inggris. Bayangkan mimpi kamu ya tentang hidup kamu dalam 1 tahun ke depan. 1 tahun ke depan aja. Ya, yang seolah-olah itu sudah terjadi, kira-kira apa yang terjadi sama kalian, dan kalian akan ngabisin banyak waktunya kemana. Okay? Coba bayangkan, kita akan, how about 5 minutes only, Miss Becky?
Yeah,
because we have a very limited time. right? So
Yeah.
kita punya waktu 5 menit untuk kalian bisa membayangkan mimpi kalian ya dalam 1 tahun ke depan. Tapi seolah-olah itu sudah terjadi, jadi kalian ceritakan kepada kita, gitu ya. Yeah, so you don't have to worry if you cannot speak English or whatever. You just have to speak in bahasa, okay? So we never judge something like that, okay? So you don't have to worry. This is something that very simple, okay? Bayangkan aja dalam satu tahun ke depan. Kira-kira mimpimu akan seperti apa? Okay, we have 5 minutes. Start from now.
Oh, we have a question, I think.
Yeah, Miss Nia want to ask something. Yes, please, Miss Nia.
Good evening all, and Miss Becky and Miss Putri. The first, I will do my introduction myself. My name is Kurnia Rahma. You can call me. I am from Gresik. I have a dream open English course in my home. If you pandemic is long, lost. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much, Miss Nia. So happy to hear your voice. Amazing. I'm not sure I understood everything. You said you have an English course in your home. Is that correct? Are you holding?
Yes, Miss.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No. Nothing to be sorry.
Yes.
So you're a teacher, yeah?
Yes, because
nice.
I am fresh graduate from English Literature Department in Gresik University.
Awesome. That's amazing. Very good.
I think
Awesome.
now she doesn't have it, but soon in the future.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
She's fresh graduated, starting to make an English course for the next future. Yeah.
Okay, like after the pandemic or something, yeah?
The pandemic, right.
Right.
Okay, awesome. So Miss Nia is the first. Who wants to be the second?
Oh, she was already describing this.
Yes.
Oh my God.
My goodness, Miss Becky, are you okay? You have your lunch already?
No, because it was so fast. Like I thought, I thought it would take much longer to prepare. So I thought it was something unrelated. So okay, so that's actually amazing. Okay, sorry. That's a very good. Yeah, no, that's a very good thing. So I guess what you can do, okay, when you think about this, actually. Another trick is that your brain doesn't exactly know what's real and what's imagined that well. So when you actually picture yourself in a certain situation, you are somehow getting yourself used to that thought. So it actually helps in a very, very positive way to, picture a certain situation. And I guess if that's your dream, right, that's where you want to get, that's where you want to be in 1 year time. My suggestion would be to remember your dream and try to make it, to think about how you can get there. Okay, what are the steps that will get you there? What kind of actions, what kind of habits, what kind of, I don't know, activities can you do now, right now, that will get you closer to that. Okay, so that could be maybe, I don't know, what do you need? Do you need maybe to I have no idea. I don't know, read some stuff up, or maybe find some students, or I don't know. You might have different things that you need for that situation that you have in mind, and try to go backwards, right? That's in 1 year time. What do you want? What do you think you need to do every month to actually get you closer? And then from there, what do you need to do every week, and what do you need to do every day? Okay, so by thinking about that, then you can identify the number one thing, the number one habit that you want to improve that will get you closer to that dream that you described. Okay, what are the things that you want to do more of that will get you closer to that dream? So that's how you identify the habits you want to give the priority to. And they're very much connected to your dream. So someone you want to become. And that gets that boosts your motivation so much more. So that's a very important thing. Thank you so much for sharing, Miss Nia.
Okay, thank you very much for the feedback, Ms.
You're
Vicky.
welcome, Miss.
Okay, so should I translate and sum up your translation?
Yeah.
Because it's really nice, because
yes.
ya, jadi kalau kita mau mendapatkan satu goal ya, goal akhirnya gitu ya, maka kita harus membuat itu berpikir mundur ke belakang, kira-kira untuk mencapai itu apa yang harus dilakukan dalam 1 tahun, dalam hitungan tahun saya mau mendapatkan ini, maka kalian mundur ke hitungan bulan. Jadi setiap bulannya saya harus ngapain ya, dalam setiap minggunya saya harus ngapain ya, apa yang harus saya capai, dalam setiap harinya apa yang saya lakukan. Itu yang Miss Becky bilang. Jadi kalian tahu apa yang menjadi prioritas untuk mencapai goal tersebut, sehingga itu bisa menjadi satu kebiasaan yang sangat inline sama goalnya tersebut, kayak gitu. Yeah, so anyone who wants to be the second one? As you know that I can read their mind, Miss Becky. So Miss Cici already opened their unmute the speaker. So Miss Cici, now it's your turn then.
Yeah, okay. We talk about a dream. Yeah, I have a lot of dream in the future. I told you before, I have joined this class to prepare to take to continue my study as PhD in Malaysia. But suddenly, it have to change. It have to change because I have to stop it and save the PhD for temporary, because maybe next year I have to prepare study again to get the clinical nutrition as specialist. And then I decided stop to think about the PhD, just focus to get the PhD, to get a specialist. Yeah, actually it's my dream. I want to be the specialist in the nutrition. I want to educate people how to aware with the nutrition, how nutrition is very important for our body, because it's affected to our immunity now. And since the pandemic, we realized that nutrition is very important for boost our immunity to against the virus. So yeah, I think I have done with that. I learned about nutrition, and I have been a role model for my community, especially people around me, how to try to spreading my healthy life to all people, even in the social media, even with my colleagues around me. So it's make me yes so confident for that. So about my dream in the future, yeah, I prepare myself to get the study to continue as specialist, but I think it's not easy. But I have 1 year to prepare that. So yeah, I hope next year I can pass the exam. Never stop to learn, never stop to study, because even I'm not young anymore, but yeah, I love study so much. But I hope young generation do that, because the study is never the end, because it make we look like young. I think this if we love to read more, it make our brain keep young, because Mr. Becky talked about the neurotransmitter always send the signal, so the signal always spike, and it's make our brain is always easy to absorb the information. So don't stop to dream, don't stop to build dream, but we have to use the effort, the maximum effort to get it. Yeah, I think that's all.
So we
Thank
basically
you.
have a life coach here. Miss Chichi is a life coach. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so insightful. I totally agree with everything you said. That's true. And also actually I completely agree that we never stop learning, and also by keep learning you keep your brain I don't know, you keep training your brain, and actually it becomes even more resistant to detrimental changes. Like, you know, there are many studies that show how you know, education helps with now I have to find the right terms but it really helps with you know, even illnesses like Alzheimer's or dementia and stuff that kind of make your brain lose some functions. By having a good reserve, a good cognitive reserve, it's called, which means that by learning a lot, by you know, receiving good education, you actually you basically take your brain to the gym every day and you become more resistant to things as well. So it's Miss Chichi is totally right. It's really important, and it really helps on many aspects of your life. And I really wish you the best for your test. I'm sure you will kill it. You already did it all yourself. Like, you already thought about what your steps to get there are. You need to start studying to pass the test. So I guess we already know how to get there. But keep dreaming like that, because it's very powerful.
Yeah. And I think you're gonna pass through it easily, because you are a very consistent person. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, now who wants to be the third one? The third one. Siapa mau jadi yang ketiga nih after Miss Cici? Share your dreams.
Miss Putri in Indonesia ya.
Yeah, it's all right, Miss Onia. Yeah, in bahasa, it's all right.
Okay, Miss Rebecca. Nanti di translate ya sama Miss Putri.
Iya, Miss Cici bantuin kok translate, don't worry.
Iya, jadi saya sudah sangat menyadari bahwasanya bahasa Inggris ini sangat penting, karena dari 2 kali pengalaman saya gagal gagal mengambil kesempatan karena kemampuan bahasa Inggris saya rendah gitu, masih rendah gitu ya. Yang pertama di tahun 2019 kemarin itu ada kesempatan untuk magang kerja luar negeri di instansi kami di Kemdikbud gitu. Saya udah lulus tes administrasinya tuh udah lulus, dan ketika dipanggil ke Kemdikbud untuk wawancara saya blank, saya menjawab semuanya dengan sedikit sekali bahasa Inggris gitu, dan akhirnya saya gagal untuk magang kerja luar negeri. Terus yang kedua saya ikut LPDP kemarin itu untuk melanjutkan kuliah S2, dan setelah saya kursus pun TOEFL saya baru 473 gitu. Jadi saya merasa kayaknya saya ini kurang kompeten di bahasa Inggris gitu. Tapi sekarang Miss Putri saya lagi melanjutkan S2 Magister Administrasi Publik di Universitas Bengkulu di provinsi ini sendiri. Tapi saya mempunyai kemauan yang kuat gitu ya untuk kembali belajar bahasa Inggris dalam rangka meraih mimpi-mimpi yang tertunda itu gitu. Di tahun ke depan saya itu berharap saya sudah mempunyai lebih banyak kosakata, terus saya juga lebih bisa mempraktekkan berucap dalam bahasa Inggris, dan tentunya juga nanti akan mempermudah dalam saya pembuatan tesis, dan saya berharap 2 tahun ke depannya saya bisa lulus S2 dan bisa meraih peluang-peluang yang tadinya gagal gitu saya dapatkan karena kemampuan bahasa Inggris yang masih rendah. Mohon bantuannya Miss Putri, Miss Rebecca. Terima kasih.
Okay, very nice, Miss Kurnia. So Miss Cici, I think Miss Cici wants to translate it, right? Oh, okay. So first of all, Miss Becky, she already knew actually if English is very important, especially for her career. Okay, because she failed about 2 times for her career. First is about like internship abroad something, okay, and second it's in her field in the office. Actually it's very specific in the government things. I don't understand, okay, but she's failed for 2nd time, and now she already had now she is ongoing to the master degree, and she wants to accomplish everything, and also because the TOEFL is really low now, but now she's starting to raise the number of the TOEFL numbers, the score, I'm sorry, the TOEFL scores, and she wants to in the future for the next 2 years she wants to finish the master degrees and also to reach her dream career in like internship abroad or something like that. Yeah.
All right. Okay, awesome. That's an amazing dream. So what do you think you need to reach those goals? Like to in order to be in that situation in 1 or 2 years time, in order to finish your masters and get an internship abroad, what are the things that you need to create an habit of from here to, I don't know, 1 year time or 2 years time? What are the steps that you need to take?
Langkahnya apa nih Bu Kurnia untuk 1-2 tahun ke depan kalau mau dapetin itu berarti?
Belajar mandiri, dan tentunya juga ikut grup, ikut kursus gitu, karena kalau mandiri juga kadang naik turun gitu semangatnya, tapi kalau melalui grup atau melalui kursus itu kayak ada keterikatan, harus konsisten gitu.
Okay, so she said that she will take another English courses and also learn by herself as well. So I think this is also a chance for you to join with us again. Yeah, join lagi ya, right? Right? I'm right? So you have to join with us. So Miss Becky, we're gonna help you to rise your score for the TOEFL, right? So yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we actually even shared some material for IELTS because Mr. Wahyu wanted some material for IELTS, I put the option on the group. We have a section on personalized stuff as well, which is new, and I can help with. I thought maybe we can do something like, I don't know, once a week or something. We can do some personalized stuff as well. So if you need to practice even writing or something, that's not the main goal of the course. The main goal is speaking, but I would like to have this, we have this section for personalized learning, so that if there is something specific that you need, for example, in your instance, the TOEFL, then we can actually add some specific things to actually improve that thing specifically. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are a little bit tight with time. I don't know if there is anybody who wants to share, but you can also send us a message maybe with your, I don't know, Miss Putri, how much time do we have left?
Yeah, actually, it's already 1.5 hours, but I think, yeah, we can add more because we still have a question and answer section, right? So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we can finish this.
All right. So all right. So if you have any questions, you can ask us, and we'll try our best to answer.
Ya, ada yang mau nanya ya? Kalau tadi kita share dreams, kalau sekarang adalah part untuk bertanya, gitu. Siapa mau bertanya?
Oh, Miss Nia.
Miss Nia. Yes, Miss Nia, silakan. Mau tanya apa?
I'm sorry, Miss. I want ask you about recommended for to English learning. What is recommended?
Sorry, can you repeat again, please?
Yeah, there is a little bit of wind in the background.
Yes. What is recommended book for English learning?
Oh, okay. That's very, very general. Is there something in particular that you want to ask? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are the steps to get there? I don't know. Can you be a little bit more specific, maybe?
I think I can help her. I mean,
yes,
basic
and intermediate.
Yeah, what she wants is very simple books to learn about easiest way to learn English, you know, for basic and intermediate only. Yeah.
Okay.
I have some books probably I can share also to the group, not only about the application and also your book for the this PowerPoint. Yeah. Also, I will share some books, the easiest way books, so you can learn from them.
Mm-hmm. But do you mean books like in terms of grammar, or in terms of conversation, or maybe reading some books to read? What do you mean exactly?
Daily conversation.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe you can join our class then.
That's what I like.
No, because like the best way to practice conversation is to actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so books are very, very, very helpful, and reading helps so much with learning. But if you want to practice daily conversations, of course, reading or writing is not enough. Like, if you want to actually practice speaking, you actually need to put yourself in the position to speak. I'll just give you an example. Wait, let me find. Now I don't have it handy, but if you give me 2 seconds, I'll try to.
Okay, so Wulan bisa tunggu sebentar ya. Okay, after this.
Oh yeah.
Hello, yes.
Yeah. One, yeah, a little bit, okay?
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I can't open
Hello.
it. Hi, Wulan! Long time no see.
Rebecca and Miss Putri, how are you? Okay.
Really good.
Next one.
How are you?
Okay. My question is, in this era, especially in pandemic era, not in just pandemic era, like this era, we got and we found an insecure word that means really hard, really maybe kill us. That insecure word maybe kill us or motivate us. And these words, I mean, this insecure to learning English is one of just as one of the one of my reason, or maybe one of my friends' reason for stopping to learning English, because oh gosh, this is really hard. My friend is so fast, but I can't, and I stopped it. So how to motivate that? How to reduce that insecure word? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Very, very nice question. Just give me a second. I will open a file to answer to both yours and Miss Nia's questions. I'll show you something that will answer both. Okay. So we have there. Okay. Found it. Okay. So I wanted to show you how we are trying to create together with the students an environment that helps with both aspects that you mentioned and more. So in order to answer that, I will show you an example of the schedule we prepared for November and the schedule we prepared for October. Of course, we are changing that depending on the feedback we get. We try to implement all the advice we get, but we also had an evaluation questionnaire some time ago, and we're trying to take into consideration all the things the students told us. So to answer Miss Nia's question first regarding daily conversations, right? So we are trying to improve daily conversations about topics that can be of use. Right now on Tuesdays, by actually practicing examples of conversations. So we actually try to do just that, with different topics. For example, in October, we focused on social communication. Now in November, we're focusing on personal life, but I have planned to do conversations regarding interviews and work in the future, or, community, like many different things. So that's one aspect in which we can actually practice conversations. But in order to keep some variety, we are also using other strategies. For example, once a month, we are having presentations from the students on topics they want to talk about, so regarding their specific field, so to practice exactly on those. We are also trying, we haven't started it yet because there have been some hiccups, but we want to do a podcast as well, done by the students. So all these are all examples in which you can actually practice conversations. regarding the confidence and the anxiety that she talked about, Wulan, sorry. That's a very, very, very important point. And I also noticed that it extremely impacts motivation as well, because of course, you know, that's a big aspect of it. And that's why in the new schedule, we are trying to do things like lessons to help with confidence as well. For example, so in October, maybe Miss Chichi or I think, no, she's not here anymore. Mr. Belsink either. Okay, anyway, Miss Mega is here, so maybe she can tell us if it actually helped her. But in October, we did, for example, one lesson on confidence building regarding cognitive distortions. So ways of thinking that recreate a sort of negative pattern that brings us down, right? When we try to do something. And for example, this month we are going to do, we're going to have a lesson on different learning styles. And we are thinking to do this every month. We want to include topics that help with confidence. So we are trying to include that so that the students get more motivated. And also still on Discord, there is actually some parts, especially for that. I already put a little bit of material here, not much for now, but it's for confidence building, and we can actually post here more regularly with practical exercises as well to improve confidence. There are some techniques in cognitive behavioral psychology, for example, that are used for language learning as well. There are studies on that, and they should help with confidence. Another example is we also have a section, you know, where people can talk about their success stories or their, you know, bad times and all these. We hope that by, you know, talking about it with each other in the community, with me, with Miss Putri, with the other students, because this confidence problem is something that many people experience, discovering that others have it as well, discovering strategies to help with that and talking to each other about it, etc. We hope that will help with confidence as well, because sometimes we just need the tools to create more confidence. It's not like someone's fault, you know, like we saw today. We need to find the right environment, the right tools, the right strategies, because even confidence is based on neural pathways in the brain, like we talked today, okay? Even confidence is built on many different pathways. So by working on that with different strategies that we are trying to give the students, we hope that it will increase the confidence as well. So that would be my suggestion on how to work on that. And by the way, we also added other things, but they're not relevant to these specific questions. Like we are doing a film club and a book club and stuff like that. But of course, that's something else. That's something else. But regarding what you said, we are trying to do that, exactly that, to improve daily conversations and confidence as well. Yeah. Maybe I talked too fast.
I hope you understand well, Wulan.
Yeah, Miss.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, sorry. Also, we have me
program.
You will?
Wow.
I didn't hear you. I'm so sorry.
Do you understand about Yeah, the explanation, do you hear that? I think she has
Yes,
internet
hello.
connection.
I'm sorry. This is so, this is so loud. This is so crowded. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I heard that, and I got that point. That is the nice program. It's really interesting.
All right, awesome, awesome. Yeah, we hope that will help with confidence as well, because yeah, it's very important. You're right. It influences motivation, absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, especially for our that really maybe like an introvert or a calming person, or maybe the person that really thinking about yourself, that and going hard to themselves, to got that to got the influence of English, and that program is really helpful.
Hopefully, yeah. You can join if you wish.
Yeah, I really hope I have a time, but I really hope it.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Wulan, and also so nice to hear you again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Miss
Yeah,
Becky. So Miss
also
Mega
thank you
wants to
for
ask. Also.
Yeah, Miss Mega, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so Miss Becky, I want to asking about something. How to can move from the comfort zone? Comfort zone. Because sometimes
Okay.
the brain doesn't want anything to change.
It is. It is. Okay. So maybe I can send this to Miss Putri as well. A lot of material, but okay. So I'll give you an example. Okay. So this worked on me as well. So there was a period in which, especially because of the pandemic, everything changing, it was even harder, to start what I needed to get where I wanted to. And that initial part, right, is the hardest. Starting is the hardest part sometimes, because it's where you get out of the comfort zone, right? So I actually have a sheet of paper with some questions you can start asking yourself. Okay, I will send it to Miss Putri, so and I will also put it on Discord so everyone can have it. But if I remember well, the strategy there was to start thinking about the thing that you have to do or that you want to do. First of all, the first question you should ask yourself is, why are you not doing it? Okay, it can be for many different reasons. It can be that you are feeling anxious. It can be that you don't have enough, I don't know, money for it. It can be that you don't have, I don't know, you feel frustrated. It can be many different motivations. So once you ask yourself that, why you're not doing it, you start thinking about some things that you can do to counteract those limits. Okay, and then you try to identify something that you can do in just 20 minutes, a very small, a very short amount of time. For example, 20 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't know. And you try to identify one thing that you can do in those 20 minutes to start, and you write down at what time you're going to do it, and what you're going to do, and at that time, for those 20 minutes, you will do only that. Okay, Someone I know told me something very, very useful once, and that was that if the first, if you're having problems starting, if you're having problems in starting something, it means that the first step is too big. Okay, so you're getting frozen because the first step is too big. So going back also to the small steps we talked about, the best thing you can do is start with one thing, one small thing. First of all, what is your comfort zone? What is that you're trying to change, right? Your comfort zone can be in many different circumstances. It can be, I don't know, being shy, talking to others. It can be about, I don't know, something related to a career. It can be something related to, I don't know, many different things, right? So first you identify what it is that you're not managing to do. And then you find one first step that is very, very small, but you know, that 1% that gets you one step closer. And then the next day you find another small thing you can do. So my short answer would be to get out of your comfort zone, start with very, very small steps. So 1% at the time, a little bit every time. Only maybe start with one thing you can do in just 20 minutes that will get you closer out of the comfort zone, because the brain is there to protect us as well. Okay, so the brain is built to protect us. So the comfort zone is basically a safe space, because it's something that your brain knows. Okay, everything else that you do not know scares us, not because it's impossible, but because we don't know it. So the brain's reaction to protect us is to stop us. Okay, so you need to make an extra step to show your brain basically that it is safe. Okay, it is safe to do that. And there are many techniques, and I would like to share it with you in the next few months or whatever. I would like to share some exercises, but I can't really do it right now because it would be too long. But there are some exercises you can do, some things to actually calm down anxiety as well. But my number one suggestion would be to start with something very small. So do one step at the time. So that would be my suggestion on getting out of one's comfort zone.
Okay. Okay, Miss Mega, are you clear about that?
Yes, thank you, Miss Becky.
Okay, so Miss Becky, we are in the end of our session actually. So anyone wants to ask some question more to Miss Becky, because we almost run out of time. Okay, so I'll give you one chance if you want to ask to Miss Becky. If it's not so, you have to give some closure about all of the material, Miss Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, Miss Nia, are you raising your hand, or is it from before?
It's the previous one, from the previous
Oh.
one. Yes. So yeah, so we end to the closure, probably, Miss Becky.
Okay. All right. If there is no other questions, guys, of course, if you have any other, I don't know, additional thing, you can always contact Ms. Putri. And also, if you're interested in joining, the classes, but also, the Discord group, etc., to keep working on these things, but also, more, you can contact Miss Putri, and then we can get started. If you have any other questions, you can always ask Miss Putri. Maybe she can send me, or feel free to contact us if you're interested in knowing more. And yeah, we're trying to do these webinars, frequently, with a certain regularity.
Yeah,
every month.
Right. Yeah.
So
free webinar
if
for everyone.
Yeah. But of course, if you want to join the other classes as well,
It's
those
open
are
registration for all of you.
Program. And
yes, of course. Thank you for reminding us. Okay. So yeah, if you want to join, please just tell me on the group or just text me directly, privately to my phone number. And thank you very much for all of you, because your time is very precious. I know that you spend time with us. It's really awesome, right, Miss Becky? So I hope that we meet again for the next month session for the webinar also, okay, with different theme, right? So yeah, thank you very much for all of you. I hope that you have enjoyed the webinar, and also hope that you have a good rest after this. Okay, thank you very much, and see you again for the next month. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Becky.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.